Notsam Wrestling Live, and we are joined by the one and only, one of my favorite wrestlers right now.
Uh-oh.
Javon Evans is here. Welcome, man. How are you?
Bro, I am great. How are y'all?
I'm great, and I'm actually very impressed because we come back from break, we're playing Crisscross. Crisscross is like popular when I was like, 10 years old. And for you to still have, at 21 years old, for you to still celebrate Crisscross, I feel like it says a lot about their legacy.
Oh yeah. Hey, shout out to Crisscross. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's right.
I'm a little old soul, man. I love a little old school, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, has that always been the way that you were? Are you just consuming content growing up, or as you've gotten older, have you been like exposed to stuff like that?
Oh no, man. My pops was always introducing me to like old school hip hop. You know what I mean? So, Wu-Tang, Nas, Biggie, Tupac, you know what I mean? Like all that genre, I know of.
It's awesome. Were you the same way with wrestling growing up? Like, were you just because I sometimes have a hard time fathoming what's that like? Because when I was coming up, it was all VHS tapes and magazines, and just trying to find whatever you could find. I have no idea what it would be like to be like, well, I can watch what's on TV now, but then whenever I want to, I can either go to YouTube or one of these streaming services and just get 40 years of wrestling to just consume. Were you a big fan of older wrestling as well growing up?
So honestly, I didn't find older wrestling until I started playing WWE games.
Wow.
I was always like into like the modern like wrestling or whatever, and then I started playing WWE 13,
Mm-hmm.
the Road to WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay, we got this, we got that. Oh, well, let me look up this match. Let me look up that. And that's when I got introduced to the OGs of the OGs.
Yeah. And I think that is crazy. I don't think people realize how big that is for kids. Like, my son's 8, and he knows so many, like, older wrestlers because they pop up in 2K. And he's also, like, he's sitting there, like, before a show. I'm like, oh, it's like, Seth Rollins and Cody. I'm like, you think Seth Rollins is going to win? He's like, no, Seth Rollins is not going to win. He's a 92, and Cody's a 96.
Hey, them overalls mean something now.
That's right.
Come on now.
That's right. Man, I mean, what is it like for you right now just being everywhere? Like the other weekend, like last weekend, it was you were on Smackdown with Sammy having match of the night. Same night, you're on the big screen at Victory Road. And then the next night, you're at NXT having your at No Mercy with Josh Briggs. Now, coming up, we're sitting here going like, okay, we just saw Showdown last night. We have Victory Road, which is a TNA show, coming up on Sunday where you're fighting for the X Division title. And at the same time, you're looking ahead to NXT at the theater at Madison Square Garden on November 18th. Are you just in full, man, I'm going to go where they tell me mode, or what?
Bro, I am literally taking every opportunity that I can.
Yeah.
I'm grinding, grinding. I don't know, bro. I don't have mixed emotions about it, but like my thoughts are everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my end goal is just trying to be the best ever. You know what I mean? So like whatever I can to accomplish that goal, or whatever I can do to accomplish that goal, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So if that means go everywhere and be everywhere at one place, that's what the Yego G gonna do. Come on now.
I mean, it seems like you're able to do it and at least stay somewhat grounded. I mean, aside from the fact that you live in midair in your matches, like you still seem like, you know what I mean? Like you haven't like lost your footing in reality, which I think is dangerous, especially when you're young, like getting all this opportunity and having things be successful. Like you get to go to SmackDown and have this match with Sami Zayn, and it's amazing. And then you're invited back to SmackDown the next week, and you get to team with Rey Fenix and have this match with Los Garza, and it's amazing. Like, are there things that you do to keep yourself at this place of humility, or does it kind of come naturally?
Honestly, man, I feel like I always gotta be humble. You know what I mean? I feel like any of this can get taken away just like that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it does. I mean, I get
So
that because I've lived a life where things have been taken away. At 21, I would have said, "No, this is forever. Nothing's getting taken away. I'm invincible."
no, man, I just feel like I've experienced a lot
Yeah.
within the years that I have lived on this earth.
Yeah.
But that literally is changed how I thought about stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, bro, I'm always like ground level, like, bro, I got to be, because anybody can overstep me. You feel me? Like
Sure.
anybody can become better than me just because I'm being lazy or just because I'm being comfortable. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's always my little mindset.
Yeah, it's a great mindset, especially if you can maintain it. It's a difficult one to maintain, but obviously you're doing
Yes.
it, you know?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. How important, like going back a little ways, how important to you and your development and also like confidence in where you're going was the match that you had with Randy Orton?
Sam, I ain't gonna lie, my boy. I was nervous, all right?
Yes.
Come on now. I was shaking in my boots.
Yes.
But bro, it was such a great learning experience, bro.
Mhm.
Great opportunity. It was something that I wasn't expecting, or at least this early in my career. Um, and I just know like when it happened, like it was. Oh no, I get butterflies thinking about it. It has been happening, but I still get butterflies about the match. But bro, it was such a great experience, bro. And now that I'm able to like connect with Randy, you know what I mean, and get advice and like text him and call him whenever I want to, it's great. You know what I
That's
mean? It's a blessing for sure, for sure. And I think that match helped me develop who Javon Evans is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's especially amazing because Randy Orton is the type of guy that if you had screwed up, he would have told you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for
You
sure,
would have known about it.
for sure, for sure. He's completely honest, bluntly
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. But I mean, I think but that's also right. Like, for somebody like you, being in NXT and having like the opportunity to even work with a guy like Randy Orton is one of those great benefits. Also, the fact that like the guy there that's in charge is Shawn Michaels. And I think for
hmm
somebody like you, there, and I think it used to be more of a problem in wrestling than it seems like it is now. But there used to be a very sort of, I don't know, it felt like people were standoffish about anything that was new. And there was a little bit more gatekeeping going on. It feels like that's relaxed a little bit, but clearly, I mean, do you feel like Shawn Michaels sees something in you? And if so, I mean, for you, what does that feel like?
Yeah. I most definitely feel like he does.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you probably already heard, but uh, at first I originally wasn't supposed to be signed.
Mm.
After my tryout, they wanted me to get bigger and grind a little bit more on the indies. But Sean was the one that was like, "Hey, like I think Javon has something. Like I think this kid has something. Like let's go with him. You feel me?"
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. And they did, and I've been grinding ever since. Since day one, since I've been here.
Yeah.
But it's great to know that the GOAT, literally, HBK, Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania, sees something in me, and bro, every time I see him after a match, like I ask for advice. Like it's like I need some, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I know he sees something within that match that I can be better at. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would
Yeah.
imagine too, like you've got. Are you still kind of having those mind-blowing moments where somebody will say something to you, like a little detail in a match or a little detail in a promo or whatever it is, then you go, I never
Yes.
would have considered that, but it's a complete game changer.
For sure.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I was actually talking to Triple H after my match and he told me something. And once he told me it was like so small and it was so easy. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, I never thought about it that way. So like
Wow.
I literally just had experience with that last Friday.
That's so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it's yeah. And what about like? I mean, dude, I just think about even in recent history, The stuff that you're just on television alone, I can't imagine. Like the fact that like when it's like, okay, we need to tell the story of Javon figuring out who he is in NXT and figuring out what his next goal is. Oh, I know. Let's do a thing with the Undertaker. And you're just sitting there. Come on, man. And
Bro. That man, dog.
Like, have you had conversations with Undertaker, like, off television about what he sees and what? Because that's the other thing, right? And I think that's the beauty of wrestling, is that if you wanted to draw up what the opposite of the Undertaker's style is, it would probably be Javon Evans.
Oh, for sure.
Except because it's wrestling, it's all the same thing, right?
Yeah. Nah, man. I have had a conversation with Undertaker. He told me one thing that literally was, I'm trying to see how I can put it.
Yeah.
It was like he saw something in me, and he was like, "Hey, like if we just do this one little thing, you'll be untouchable." Wow. So now I'm working on that one little thing.
Yeah.
So I can become untouchable. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But bro, it's great. It's a blessing. You know what I mean, to have all these legends around me, giving me advice. You know, because they want me to become great. You know what I mean? And that's just it's a great feeling, bro.
Yeah, but it's also, it seems great because it doesn't feel like you've become at all derivative of an older style. It doesn't feel like the advice that you're getting is, hey, stop doing this, stop doing that, be more like things used to be. It feels like everything that you're doing is still authentic to you. Like, I mean, for me, I think that, and I was talking about this before you came on, that I think the best part about what you're doing is that you've established a natural connection with the audience. Like, and that's a very rare thing. Like, I think Jey Uso has that, and only a few people have this thing where it doesn't matter the audience that you're in front of. There's something about you that it's a relatability, it's an authenticity, it's whatever it is, but they connect to it. And I think that to me was one of the standouts of what you've been doing on Smackdown, where you come out of NXT, where that audience has really gotten to know you, gotten to support you, gotten to love you. But now you go into this arena, and a percentage maybe has watched NXT, but not most of them.
Right.
And there's still like an instant, like the minute they sort of just get that first impression of you, there's a connection. Do you know, are you doing something on purpose to establish that connection, or does that come naturally in just being yourself?
Well, honestly, I think it's a natural connection. I always remember being a fan, you know what I mean? And I know there's people that are fans that's like, dang, I wish I was a wrestler. Like those are the people I really want to connect to, you know what I mean? I also want to connect to the people that don't watch wrestling, and when they see me, they're like, oh, what is this? Like, I gotta watch wrestling now. Or even the people that used to watch wrestling and don't watch it no more, and then they see a clip of me, they're like, oh, hold on. You know, just bringing them back, you know what I mean? Like, that's the main thing for me. I think it's just a natural connection.
1,000%. I mean, I'm glad you said that, because you're my guy right now that, like, when I'm watching wrestling at home, because my wife's not a wrestling fan, but has been around wrestling. I mean, we've been together forever, so she's been around. She knows it, right? Obviously. Yeah. But, like, you're the guy right now where I'm like if she's on her phone or whatever, I'm like, watch this guy, watch this guy, watch this guy. You know what I mean? Because because it's but I think that also, like, the athleticism translates, your style translates across. When you're in the air, you have a control. It looks like, it comes across that you have this incredible control of your body, of what you're doing with your body, of where your body's going to go. If you want it to look like a car crash, you're going to land like a car crash. If you need this leg to be at this angle, like, you can see it. You're like contorting in midair. Are you conscious of that as you're in midair? Is time moving slowly and you know exactly what you're doing, or how do you pull that off?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I have no idea.
Good.
Literally, I don't know, bro. If anything, man, I know. I think it's just a mindset thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'll literally jump, and I'm like, all right, let me see if I can, like, slow down in the air. I'll just like try to pose as long as I can. And people are like, oh my God, how do you float in the air? Bro, I don't know. Like, it just happens, bro.
It's like the Matrix when they're just like, no, you just got to go. If you believe that you could do it, but we're going to know you don't believe because you won't be able to do it.
Exactly, bro. Hey, but it looks great, though.
It looks great. It looks great. Right. So when you're running, going like, okay, I'm going to jump and clear like the top rope and do 3 flips before I land. There's just I guess the key is there can't be any doubt.
Yeah.
And you're just going to go.
Yeah, for sure. How I started training, my trainer always told me, shout out to LeBron Cozon, that before you do a move, you want to see yourself doing it in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ever since then, like ever since he told me that, it's like, all right, before I do this move, let me see myself do it. And then once I see myself do it, I'm like, all right, I got it. So,
yeah, I just need to match the picture I just made in my head.
Yeah, exactly. I look at it in my head, I'm like, oh, it's that easy. Boom, you know what I mean?
And then it just works. Yeah, as long as that's what you have to do, right? You just have to make sure that you never get to a point where you're like, gee, I don't know if I can do that.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. How do you deal with like, when you've had injuries or whatever, have you ever allowed that to, because injuries will allow doubt to creep into your mind, right? Where you realize like, oh, that's what the consequence can be. How do you kind of push that thought out?
So that's kind of hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I haven't really had like a serious injury.
Yeah.
So I can't really, say how I handled that. But the craziest injury I probably have had was I hyperextended my knee one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't supposed to be wrestling. But he was like, hey, like, my doctor was like, hey, you got to take a couple weeks or I think like a month or 2 off wrestling. And then you can slowly get into it. And, yeah, I think I was in like 11th grade and I had a basketball game that next week. So, hey, I was good for a couple days. As long as I can run and jump, I should be straight. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the main like injury I had. And if you ever get injured, please take the time to heal.
Yeah,
because that's what I did not do.
Yeah, it'll get you on the other side.
Oh, it will for sure. I think I'm just waiting for that day to come.
Right.
Hopefully, no time soon. Hopefully not. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah.
Well, what you said you were in like 11? Like what? How old were you when you started training?
13.
And so then when you started doing indie shows, how old were you?
14.
So you're like throughout high school doing indie shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing indie shows. During the week, I would have like a basketball game or like a track meet that morning, and then after our track meet, I would drive and have a wrestling show that night.
Wow. So and did your like friends in school know that you're wrestling like pretty full time on the independents?
Oh yeah, yeah. They knew for sure. I was telling my friends, I was like, yeah, I'm about to get signed. So not going to college, gang. I'm about to get signed. Yeah.
Thank God you actually did get signed young.
I know, right?
Because otherwise, like, there's so many kids that do that, and they're like, oh no, I actually didn't get signed. I didn't.
Yeah. I was confident in my work, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you had a reason to be. Do you, at the point that you're at now? I mean, it's crazy to talk to you at this point because there are so few people that can realistically go, if I want to wrestle forever, like if this is what I want to do and this is what I want to spend my life doing, you could theoretically easily wrestle for like 25 years. You could still be wrestling.
Sure.
I mean, do you think in those terms? Are you a guy that sets like long-term goals, or are you going, things are working, let me get better and better, and I just see where this takes me?
I think it's both, for sure. For sure. I always set long-term goals. I tell everybody here, bro, I'm not retiring until I'm at least like 60, 70. You know what I mean? Yeah. That might change. But as of right now, it's 60 or 70. But yeah,
And
man. So
by the way, the way wrestling is, it probably will change. You'll probably be 60 or 70 going, no, I think I got another run in me. I think I got one. I think I got another run. I think I keep going.
I got one more. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I always set long-term goals. You know, my long-term goal overall is that I want to be the greatest wrestler of all time. You know what I mean? Especially in WWE, I want to be the best wrestler of all time.
I love that. And it's so sick too that like you can sit there and go like, man, I'm gonna main event WrestleMania one day, and you literally, I mean, if it takes 15 years, that's fine. That's fine. Like, you know what I mean? You got the time, which is the greatest. The fact that you're this good and you're making this much of an impact at this age just leaves it wide open. Like that's the greatest luxury I think that anybody can have.
Oh, for sure. Especially doing the greatest job ever.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So we got, of course, Victory Road on Sunday, X Division Championship, Javon Evans, Leon Slater. You know you have to win that X Division title because the Hardy Boys got the tag titles. So you got to bring one home.
I got to, man. I have to.
Yeah. And then
a little pressure.
Well, you got to do it, and then you'll be able to then bring the X Division Championship on the 18th of November to New York City, to Madison Square Garden.
Come on now.
It's destined.
Come on now.
It's destined.
November 18th, baby.
Yes. Javon, you're the man, dude. When you're here in town, you should definitely stop by when you're here for on the 18th. And
I'm down. Let me know.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you making the time, dude.
I appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you.
Of course. Anytime.